Let me talk to you the way I talk to someone who finally realizes their setup deserves more than whatever their old monitor has been forcing them to tolerate. Because the MSI MPG QD-OLED isn't for casual browsers or people who don't really notice the difference. This is for someone who can't unsee imperfections, someone who recognizes real quality the second it lights up in front of them. Before you dive too deep, check the price and stock right now. This model has unpredictable swings. There's always that one moment where your old display lets you down again. Maybe it's the washed-out blacks, maybe the motion tears during fast games, maybe the colors never feel quite right. You might not say it out loud, but a part of you knows you've moved far beyond the level of gear you're still using. That's the moment the upgrade stops being a luxury and starts feeling necessary. The day you switch to the MSI MPG QD-OLED, the entire experience changes. You don't have to convince yourself that it's better, you feel it instantly. The 4K clarity hits in a way that almost stops you mid-motion. The OLED depth doesn't just look good, it pulls you into scenes like the world inside the screen is layered and alive. And then the motion, the way 240 Hz reacts to your inputs feels less like a monitor and more like an extension of your instinct. Using it day after day, the differences show up in small, almost personal ways. You open a game you've played for years and suddenly see atmosphere and detail you completely missed before. You drag windows, scroll pages, switch between tasks, and everything moves with a confidence that makes your whole setup feel premium. Even watching shows at night feels richer because the dark scenes finally hold texture instead of melting into gray. If it's still in stock right now, take a quick look at the price before it shifts again. This one doesn't stay predictable. And of course, you might have that tiny doubt, the one that whispers, do I really need a monitor this advanced? But here's what happens. Once you see QD-OLED at 4K with response this clean, that doubt disappears. Every other option starts feeling like a step backward. Every cheaper screen looks like a compromise you'd notice every single day. One thing I didn't expect was how stable it stays, even during long hours. The brightness remains even. The motion remains crisp. The image doesn't shift or waver. It feels engineered for people who don't just game, they live on their setup. People who work, create, relax, binge, and explore from the same screen. And there's something about owning it that hits different. It's not loud or showy, but every time you sit down, you get that quiet moment of pride. Your setup finally feels like it matches your standards, not the other way around. The colors feel deeper, the motion feels telepathic, the blacks feel infinite, the highlights feel controlled, your desk feels transformed. If there's a downside, it's that going back to anything non-OLED will feel impossible. And you may start looking at the rest of your gear wondering what else needs to level up. But eventually, you stop comparing specs and watching endless reviews. You choose the monitor you keep coming back to, the one that actually matches how you use your setup. If this feels like that moment for you, hit the link, check the current price, and make the upgrade while it's still available. This is one of those decisions that elevates your entire experience the second it turns on.